Hello and welcome to Your Way, a teaching charitable organization that I have established to enhance education and mental development in young children between the ages of 7 and 25. My friends, have you ever wondered how young children thinks and grow mentally? Well, wonder no more, because today we are going to dive into Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development, the theory that revolutionized our understanding of how young mind works. Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development helps us to understand how children think and grow through 4 stages, and these stages are the sensorimotor stage, the preoperational stage, the concrete operational stage, and the formal operational stage. Understanding these 4 stages can help us adults nurture young minds and create appropriate environment for them to strive. Jean Piaget was a Swiss psychologist who dedicated his life to studying how children think and learn. He discovered that children don't just absorb information like adults, they actually construct knowledge as they explore the world. Piaget identified 4 key stages of cognitive development that explains how thinking evolves from infancy to adulthood. So let's examine these 4 stages. First up is stage 1, which is the sensorimotor stage. And this stage lasts from birth up to 2 years old. At this stage, babies learn about the world through their senses and actions. This is the most important stage that all parents should understand. These actions or motor activities are classified in 2 main types, namely the gross motor activities and the fine motor activities. The gross motor activities are like walking, running, throwing a ball, climbing, dancing, etc. These activities relate to the child's physical and muscular development. Activities which relates to the child's metaphysical or mental development is called the fine motor activities, and they are like writing, typing, sewing, drawing, buttoning clothes, etc. These activities help the child with cognitive development, physical health and fitness, and social interactions. At this stage, children grasp objects like looking around, and eventually develop an important concept called object permanence. This is the understanding that objects can still exist even when the child can't see them. The second stage is the pre-operational stage, which is from age 2 to 7. Children in this stage begin to use language and imagination. They love to do pretend play but struggle with logical thinking. For example, they might have trouble understanding conversation. For instance, the idea that the amount of something stay the same even if its shape change is difficult for them to understand. To illustrate this, a child will insist that a tall, thin glass has more water than a short, wide glass, even though both hold the same amount of water. Therefore, adults must be aware of the level of children's understanding and be patient with them, as their cognitive abilities are still being developed. Children in this age group will begin to act with intentions which satisfy their own reward systems, like reaching for a toy without thinking of the consequences. They will struggle to see things from other people's perspective rather than their own. They will focus on aspects of a situation with absolute total disregard for other criteria or circumstances which might be dangerous. For example, a child will pull the tail of a dog without considering the risk of getting bite. Like I said, the stage 2 is one of the most important stages in a child's cognitive development process. And parents, teachers, and guardians need to understand this. In many cultures, parents, teachers, and guardians use violence to discipline children in order to correct their behavior when they display these characteristics. But these parents, teachers, and guardians do not understand that these children don't know anything different. They do not have the cognitive abilities that yet developed to understand rationality. So when abuse are being used as discipline, a child learned that abuse is used as corrective action, and they grow with that trait. So when they need to apply corrective action in later life, they will turn to abuse, because that is what they have learned from age 2. The third stage is the concrete operational stage, which is from age 7 to 11. Here, they develop logical thinking skills, but only about concrete, hands-on situation like fixing a puzzle. They start understanding concepts like conservations, cause and effect, and categorization. For example, they can group animals by traits or solve basic math problems more systematically. They can focus on multiple aspects of a situation rather than just one, and develop the ability to understand that action can be reversed and varied. For example, rolling a dough into a ball, then flatten it again. Stage 4. The final stage is the formal operational stage, which begins from age 12 and continues into adulthood. At this stage, individuals develop abstract and critical thinking skills. They can reason about hypothetical situations, think scientifically, and consider multiple perspectives. This is why teenagers and adults can discuss philosophical ideas and solve complex problems. My friends, Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development is a very, very important theory for all parents to understand and learn if they want to develop their children properly. However, although this theory is groundbreaking and amazing, it is not without its critiques. Many researches have been done that points out limitation in Piaget's theory. Some researchers argue that children develop certain skills earlier than Piaget suggested. Others believe his theory doesn't fully consider the role of cultural and social interaction in learning. Despite these critiques, Piaget's work laid the foundation for modern educational psychology and continue to inspire new research. So my friends, I will strongly suggest that you consider studying this theory if you're going to think about raising a family or you are involved in developing young children. Then certainly give that a read. Now, I have done my charitable duties in presenting this teaching material to you. Now it is up to you to do your charitable duties in subscribing to our YouTube channel and sharing these teaching materials so that the children who needs it can receive it. Thank you for your time, and I will see you in the next one.